So, hello and welcome to this episode of the AEC Business Podcast. My name is Aarni Heiskanen, and today I have here at Maria 01 Aino Hukkanen, the co-founder and CPO at Complink, a Finnish startup that promises to bring intelligence back into construction workflows. It's great to have you on the podcast, Aino.
Thank you. It's so nice to be here.
Well, to start off, could you share a bit about yourself and the story behind how Complink got started?
Yes, of course. At Complink, we want to help construction companies automate their procurement processes. And that's not necessarily something I said I wanted to do when I grow up. I actually, as a kid, I wanted to be an architect, and that was the North Star for my career, starting from middle school through high school, and then I ended up studying architecture in Aalto University. And I actually always had this fascination with how people can express themselves through spatial design and how their homes look, how they renovate their apartments. So that's what I went after when studying architecture. And when I started working as a young architectural designer in an architectural office here in Helsinki, I actually got a lot of responsibility. I got to express myself with doing that creative expression, which is not given when you're so young and when you're only getting started. But the more I got into bigger projects, the more I saw the everyday life of the contemporary architect. I noticed that there's something in the way of that creative expression. You have to sit in a lot of meetings, you have to do calls, you have to go through emails, look for documents to get the data that you need to make decisions, and just generally make sure that everybody is aligned while taking care of sustainability, compliance, and working within the constraints of business incentives. So seeing all of those problems in the manual work that you have to do, the data retrieval issues and the communication, I saw a lot of opportunities for development in the construction industry in general, how you could use technology to solve those issues. But I felt that from the place where I was in as an architect, as a young architect, I wouldn't be able to tackle those issues. So I started learning UX and UI design, product design, and ended up working as a user experience designer for a 3D modeling software for open pit mining and excavations. And I was able to bring a lot of the learnings that I got from architecture, especially BIM, into that, and also learn that I'm able to grasp new complex concepts very quickly. And it kind of showed me that in technology, in the industry, I'm also able to do things that I thought wasn't possible before. And then like a turning point was when my software engineer friend approached me. He had teamed up with 2 business students, also from Aalto, and they were looking to put together their own startup in the construction industry. And they were talking to professionals and looking to discover what kind of problems they have in the industry that maybe could be solved with AI. And they sat me down and I started to unravel those grievances that I had from my time as an architectural designer. And then I realized there that these people are actually solving exactly the problems that I had. These are things that I had ideas about. So there, with that newfound confidence in seeing what I can do in the tech industry as well, and with this strong team in front of me, it was clear that I would be like the missing piece from the team, and we became a 4-person co-founder team.
Wow, that's a fantastic story. Well, speaking of Complink, now that you have the product, how would you describe what Complink does and what problems are you solving?
Simply at a high level said, we help construction companies automate their procurement processes by making their data work for them. So those overarching problems that I described, I had faced. Procurement professionals also have a lot of those same issues. So they have a lot of manual work that they have to do. They also rely on a lot of different text-based documents to retrieve the data that they need to make decisions. And they also have to manage stakeholder communications with ever-changing teams in every single project. So what we're currently focusing on is actually in construction procurement, the tendering processes. So, for example, when you have sent out a request for quotes to multiple vendors and you get those quotes back, the manual work that you have to do at that point is to take the prices and the contents of the offer that you got and compare them. But you can't really look at the PDF documents that are in each vendor's own format. So you have to turn them into a comparable format. So, for example, you put them in a spreadsheet. And that takes some time. That takes attention to detail, not to make mistakes because you're doing manual inputs. So what we do, for example, in our product is that we just take in those files, you upload them, and we put them into a comparable format so that you don't have to spend any time on that manual entry. And what happens at the same time is that when we process those documents that you put in, we use artificial intelligence to process them, the key information in the documents, into these data chunks that are then, in addition to putting it into the view that you're using to compare those quotes, it's also connected to the information about that vendor that you're working with, so that you actually get up-to-date information about your own data, about who you have worked with in the past, and then you can use that data in the next project over. And all of that data stays linked in each context that you use that data. You're also able to look at the document that it came from. And this way, we're able to reduce the time spent for manual work. This is how we help data retrieval. And by being able to surface data this quickly, it also helps with communication across the board.
I think you're a very young startup. Do you already have customers?
We are working with design partners who are procurement professionals here in Finland. With them, we have really dived deep into how their procurement processes work. They have these folder structures where across the years they have made a better and better path to find that piece of information that they need. But with working with them, we're able to see that we're able to retrieve the data much quicker and create a lot more value with making these workflows much faster and give much less cognitive strain while doing it.
So you already mentioned sustainability, and sustainability and compliance are increasingly important topics in the construction industry, as we know. How do you help companies meet those demands in practice?
So with accelerating and automating these processes, what we want to give back to the procurement teams is time. And time is usually the thing that it restrains you from developing your processes forward. So when we're able to give them more time, they get to focus on more value-creating tasks. And one of those is, for example, looking for more sustainable options for the project that you're working on.
AI was one of the technologies that you mentioned. What kind of technologies you use? What's under the hood, so to speak?
Yeah, so how we are approaching these procurement workflows is by, while the procurement professionals are going through their procurement workflows, they upload documents into our system. So they have a PDF, for example, that is a quote, they upload that, and we use AI to process the data in that, to store that data so that it can be used in different places in the system, in any context that they would need. But actually, currently, only that data processing part is based on AI. So we have this data architecture that allows for AI to use it later down the line, but we're actually combining that with, so to say, traditional algorithms. So actually, to get that data out of the database doesn't require AI. We can use deterministic algorithms for that. And that's what I think is the groundwork for being able to actually capture the value that AI has. Because I think a lot of companies are already seeing, they've tried a lot of things with AI, but it is actually pretty shallow. They kind of have seen the extent of the value that they would be able to get because they don't have that data architecture in place that would help them actually grasp the entirety of the value that the data has. So that's why we're building from the ground up, so that the data architecture behind it all is AI ready. And we combine that with deterministic algorithms, which is also more sustainable and not as costly. To run AI every time, you have to look for a piece of data as you would with a file-based data system.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, not thinking that AI is necessary or can solve all the problems most efficiently. Yeah, that's a good point. As a startup, I guess you have faced certain hurdles. What are some of the biggest challenges that you're dealing with right now?
Well, of course, since we're talking about data, getting access to that as a young company, we want to show to our clients and design partners that their data is very valuable. But sometimes we run into, for example, contractual issues that determines that what data is allowed to be used and what is not, what can be shared. Some information is sensitive, but that's also very key information. So navigating between what data can be used, what data is the most valuable to use to train our platform to learn the procurement team's workflows is something that we're trying to discover with our clients and design partners.
Well, finally, looking ahead, what's your vision of Complink and where do you see the industry heading in the next few years?
The vision of Complink is that by giving procurement teams back their time, by reducing that manual work, by helping them with data retrieval, helping with communication, we're able to have a more holistic understanding of how our buildings come to be. So in the long run, the more data that comes onto our platform with those processes that are run through the workflows that the procurement teams have, we're able to loop in different types of data. Right now we're looking at files, but we also have tried what kind of information from BIM files we're able to loop back to that, which in the long run could look like a holistic data model of the building with real-time information going from design to procurement to construction site, and loop all of that back. And I think that procurement in the middle of that construction value chain, in the intersection of design, on-site activities, and supply chains, is actually the missing link also to capture the value of the innovations that are happening in the design space and in the construction space. And when we're able to get all of that together, we're going to know a whole lot more about what's going on in our projects, what's going on in the buildings, what went in there, who put it there, and how long it's going to be there.
Well, how would you sum up where you're at right now and where you're going?
We're currently working with those design partners, very skilled procurement professionals who know the meticulous details of the industry, and we're learning a lot from them. What we're building right now with them, we want to prove out the value of that on a project basis. And coming from that, we want to also, of course, move into annual contracts so we can truly, with this concept of this ever-evolving data model of the building, we're able to put more value into the next project over and next and next and next. So this is how we're approaching it.
Okay, thanks a lot, Aino, for sharing your insights, and all the best with your business.
Thank you so much.